With the Knights playing as well as they are, you will not want to miss seeing their next home game in person. Baltimore comes to town for the first time to Metro Stadium. It's the next New York Knight home game. Call 1-800-GO-KNIGHTS. Get your tickets now. Or you can listen live here. Oh, look at Parkeet Scholl! This is ridiculous! That is another touchdown! Parkeet Scholl! I'm speechless. I can't believe this guy. I mean, look at the burst of speed at the second level.
4 down linemen for Louisville in what appears to be a 4-2-5 set. Coleman back to pass. Coleman pump fake, and then a sack. Rick O'Reilly with the big play to force the Houston punter on the field for the first time tonight. And for O'Reilly, that's sack number 7 on the season. O'Reilly, a monster on the inside. Big play there for the Louisville defense.
First and 10 of the 26, Marconi dropping the throw. And Marconi against the late blitz will go deep down the field, and that one is caught! Pass Grayson Abarazzo. Shigeki can't catch him. It's a Mauler touchdown. The 3rd touchdown for Abarazzo in the game. And it just looked like the Legend defense kind of got tangled up. And Grayson went for the pick, and he over-pursued.
That was just an outstanding throw by Rocco. I mean, he's 6'5", I believe. Yeah, he's 6'5", 225, long, rangy, strong, quick arm.
Rastelli back to pass. Rastelli going to the end zone. Pass is caught for a touchdown. Kendall Gilbert, and Baltimore's on the board. Give me some of that crab call. Baltimore cuts into their early deficit. Rastelli's got 6 touchdowns and no picks in the last 6 quarters of action. 2nd and 2 at the 40. Christensen will pass again. They are staying away from Kim. That ball, oh, it's belted up in the air, and Nick Nitro picked it off. That is tremendous defensive effort. Who dove in front of that pass? That was Aquantis Shine, who dove in front of the pass and knocked the ball up in the air. That was one of the best defensive plays I've seen in a long time out of Aquantis Shine. A.J. Levy, 6 seasons, all with Sioux Falls, the strong safety number 42. Chris Dodd, free safety in his 3rd season, wears number 49. Alex Parker and Nick Fargo, the linebackers, 91 and 92 respectively, as Rahman steps up in the pocket. Rahman gonna air it out deep, and Thomas Rahman's pass intercepted off the deflection by A.J. Levy. What a play by the veteran.
Well, you mentioned it, Cam. Levy and Dodd, probably the best safety combo here in the SFL. And Levy, a longtime veteran leader of this defense, comes away with his 6th interception.
So 4 receiver set here on 3rd down and goal. I guess this won't be a run. Christensen in the gun, looking towards the end zone, firing into the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. The Pride extend their lead.
What a throw by Christensen again. Has all day to throw and a post route. And that one, I mean, it's not bad coverage by Chappelle. It's just a perfect throw and a great route by Ken.
3rd down and 2 from the 12. Go Knights rings throughout Metro Stadium. St. Clair to pass. St. Clair to the end zone. Intercepted. Oh no! Joe Lynn picked it off. You gotta be kidding me. And 1 first down will give the Crabs yet another 1-possession victory over New York. 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line. Hand off to Overstreet, right side. Overstreet makes 1 man miss, and then another. And here goes Overstreet off to the races. Down the sideline, 20. He will be not tackled, and he scores again. 17th touchdown for David Overstreet. And Louisville has scored 19 straight points. And Overstreet is checking on the pulse of Oklahoma City.
We welcome you to Houma, Louisiana, the site of tonight's Sunday night SFL action. Week 4 is live here on YouTube as the Indianapolis Ramblers at 2-1 are in town to take on the Louisiana Revolution. Andy Hamilton, and joining me in the booth tonight, Mickey Malillo. Mickey, quite the battle between these 2-1 teams ahead of us.
Absolutely, Andy. Right now, you're looking at the biggest keys to this game is going to be the defense on both sides. Pierce for Indianapolis threw 450 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and Roosevelt caught for over 200 yards last week. Can Louisiana's defense hold them? And can Indianapolis' defense hold Squarebush to under the 175 yards he had last week?
First meeting between these two franchises, and get this, Mickey, they're both averaging, coming into the game, 28.3 points a game on offense on the dot, tied for 10th best offenses in the league between the two of them. They're both fighting in their division to try and keep pace with the top, and both of them are coming in at 2-1. We'll get to all that and more later, but the matchup between them, Mickey, one of them's got to go to 3-1, the other one's going to fall to 2-2. And I think it's either one's game tonight.
I agree with you, Andy. Anybody can win this game right now. They're both equally matched teams, each equal records, equal point scoring. We're going to find out on the field.
Louisiana wearing all black will tee it up. Indianapolis in white and gray will receive. And we are just about set for Week 4 action, and we're underway. Return will come off the goal line, out across the 20 and a little bit further than that. Declan O'Rourke and DJ Woods in the stats truck for us. Cameron Irvine, as always, producing behind the scenes. And it will be Colin Pierce who will lead this offense out for Indianapolis to start this one off, coming off of a victory last week against Seattle.
This is a big game for Indianapolis here. They have a chance to move up in their division with this win since Minnesota did lose yesterday to Vancouver.
They will start with an empty backfield for Colin Pierce. Pierce going to take the shotgun snap, fires on the corner route. Oh, it's hauled in! First play from scrimmage, and Randy Pierce mosses half of Louisiana's defense.
That's going to be a few names you're going to hear today. Pierce to Pierce, whether it be Pierce throwing, Pierce running, or Pierce catching, there's always going to be a Pierce on the ball.
They pierced the defense with that one all the way down to the 38, and our stats team scrambling to try and get that one logged in quickly. They're doing a heck of a job, but I was caught off guard with how fast Indianapolis goes down the field. They fire again, and they get 9 more for Jay Viper.
And this offense is very high-powered right now. They're coming out here, they know what's at stake, and they're just going to keep on getting to that defense, doing what they've been doing. Colin Pierce throwing a ball, moving a ball down the field. That's what they do best.
Third in the league in pass yards a game. Colin Pierce second in the SFL with over 1,000 yards already coming into Week 4. That run for Pierce off the right side is good to the 49. Christian Pierce gives him another new set of downs.
And that's all Christian Pierce needs to do. If Colin Pierce keeps on throwing the ball like the way he has this season so far, they just need Christian Pierce to be able to get those few yards that they can't get on his throws.
6 touchdowns to 7 interceptions for Pierce this season through the air. Colin Pierce has led them pretty well, and he'll look to do so again tonight. 1st and 10, dropping deep, throws down the middle, and a wide open receiver there. That's Viper again, 33 yards now for him tonight.
A great catch by Viper over the middle, found the hole in the defense. Colin Pierce happened to see him wide open and said, "That's my guy," and he got it right into his hands.
We'll spread 4 wide again. Pierce, shotgun snap, will fire outside. That one is caught. Viper, another grab. That time only 3, and that one plummets his average there, Mickey.
Just a little bit. I will say, I do like what Indianapolis is doing here. Usually Ryan Roosevelt is their number 1 receiver, but they're focusing on getting the ball into other receivers' hands right now, even though it's only the first drive of the game. Everybody's got to be focused on Roosevelt. Nobody thought about looking at Viper.
Single back offset to the right, 4-3 look out of Louisiana. Tank Bennett walks his way up to the line of scrimmage. Handoff, here goes Pierce off the right side. Christian Pierce punished, but picks up just enough to make it 3rd and short.
That was a huge hit by Rolliman Hood there for Louisiana. Pierce was going for that first down, but Hood just came across and gave him a shot to save them from moving the chains.
3rd and a yard from the 18. They got to get down to the 17 to move the chains. 2 tight ends out. They'll give it. Pierce right up the gut. Beautiful blocking, and that opens it wide up for Indianapolis to move the chains. That was Chad Rowland and Max Van Linge on the offensive line who cleared it out.
Christian Pierce just got the ball from Colin Pierce, just ducked his head and be able to drive through that front of the Louisiana defense to be able to get the first down.
5 wide here against a 3-2 out of Louisiana. 2 safeties deep for the Revolution, trying to defend here at home. This one a floater, back corner of the end zone. Oh, beautiful pass and catch right in time to Ryan Roosevelt. 6 points for Indianapolis. They march down the field and take the lead.
And that's what Louisiana has to look for, the Pierce to Roosevelt combination. His number hasn't been called all game yet, but when they needed him, he was there, and he got 6 points on the board.
13 yards there to Ryan Roosevelt, who leads the league in receptions, yards, touchdowns, and targets. And he has the first touchdown. He leads tonight's game with a score. And Mickey, what a drive from Indianapolis. I mean, that was calculated there.
Yeah, it was a great drive. They did what they had to do. They mixed it up between the air and the ground. Top Kiefer on for the extra point there to make it 7-0 Indianapolis. But no, as you said, Andy, great drive. Indianapolis mixing up their game plan is one of the things they have to do to keep the Louisiana defense on their toes.
One thing we talked about, Mickey, was Indianapolis' record 2-1, but those 2 wins have come against 2 combined teams that are 0-6. They have not beat a team this season that has a win, and we wondered if that might have anything to do with tonight's game, but Indianapolis on the opening drive says that means absolutely nothing. They use the aerial attack, and speaking of aerial attack, aerial coverage of today's game was provided by Dag's Drone Works earlier. Aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. Speaking of aerial attacks, Tommy, Utah leads this Louisiana offense out and onto the field. They will start their first drive here shortly. First play from scrimmage will be a Utah pass. That one outside is caught, and Liam Hammer makes his entrance to the game with a pickup of 7.
Liam Hammer, the free agent acquisition from San Diego. He has been making his mark here in Louisiana, but he hasn't been their number 1 receiver here. It's been Lyric Da Vinci's who's got the most targets for Louisiana right now. Liam Hammer is right behind him, but it's Da Vinci who's their number 1 receiver.
Jack's data has set the over-under at 57.5 points tonight. We'll see if we get up there. It's 7-0 to start this one off. Handoff right side, plenty of room for Squarebush, and Randy Squarebush has the first down out to the 43-yard line.
And that's what Randy Squarebush does the best. He's able to see the holes, get around the ends, hit the holes, and just know exactly where the first down is, be able to get those chains moving.
Squarebush, part of the Louisiana lineage of running backs. Reggie Streeter back in the day used to lead the way for this Gerald Smith-led Louisiana Revolution team, and now Randy Squarebush joins the likes of that and is leading the way here tonight. That one, though, not going very far. Right up the gut to shut that one down was Chad McDevitt, the outside linebacker.
And that was a great job by McDevitt, being able to see exactly where this play was going, making sure that Squarebush gets no gain on that play.
That'll set him up here 2nd and 10. And you mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, Mickey. Whichever defense is able to kind of put more stops together is going to win this football game in a high-powered offensive battle. That flip outside collected theirs. Da Vinci, he checks into the game as well, makes it 3rd and 4.
Great job by Da Vinci, just being able to keep his foot in bounds, be able to pick up to 6 yards right there, making this more of a 3rd and manageable instead of a 3rd and long.
From the 49, just over 6 minutes to go here in this quick-moving first quarter. Indianapolis trying to protect their 7-0 lead and try and get off the field here on 3rd down. Here is the give. Squarebush stood up and dropped. McDevitt buries him yet again, and that will bring on the punting unit for Louisiana.
That was a huge stop, huge first drive stop for Indianapolis. Squarebush, again, is a workhorse on that Revolution offense. Being able to stop him not once, but twice in that first down series was huge. And now they get the ball back for their second drive of the game.
And right at midfield, which will be impressive that you held Louisiana without even a field goal attempt. A little bit of a high snap. Malinishin takes care of it and sends it away. The fourth-year man will force a fair catch back at the 10-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Colin Pierce, 5 of 5 on his opening drive. He'll start this one with another toss across the middle. Randy Pierce collects it and has a first down again out to the 23.
That Pierce-to-Pierce combo is going to be deadly for Louisiana if they can't stop it. Ryan Pierce, just a straight-up fly route right from his down position, being able to catch the ball over the middle. It looked like Louisiana was in more of a zone defense, and usually when you're in a zone defense, you're not covering that down tight end, and they took advantage of that, the Ramblers did.
Bunch top of the formation, 3-3 look here out of Louisiana. Flip outside, that one's caught. Feet are inbounds for Ryan Roosevelt, picks up 4.
And those little routes there could really hurt a defensive team. Get 4 yards here, 4 yards next play, makes it more of a manageable situation for them on third down.
They need 6 yards here. They'll be backed up against their own 26. Colin Pierce still 7 of 7. He gives right up the gut. Christian Pierce, first down and more, and then gets walloped at the 33.
That was definitely a tank that came up to hit Pierce. That was Tank Bennett for Louisiana. The 10-year veteran came up and just collided with Pierce to knock him down. They did get the first down, but only held him to those 10 yards.
4-time All-Star there, 10th season in the league, leads the team in tackles. Give off the right side. Pierce only picks up another 2. Let's take you through this full Indianapolis offense. Colin Pierce, Christian Pierce, our quarterback and running back respectively. Rob Hunt, Jay Viper, Ryan Roosevelt, and Jeff Banfield round out the wide receiver unit, along with Randy Pierce at tight end. Chad Rowland and Max Van Linge are the left and right guard respectively, and Topher Kiefer does the kicking. 2nd and 8, flip outside. That one is caught. Roosevelt, it will make it 3rd and 3.
That looked like the same play just on the other side of the field as before. Like I said, those short yardage plays, those out routes get out of bounds. It makes a possible 3rd and long situation into 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 3 here on their own 40. Much better situation.
Well, Pierce has been effective through the air, and Pierce on the ground hasn't been too bad either. At 3rd and 3, it's kind of a pick your poison for the offense, and Louisiana's going to try and have to defend it. 4-3 look here out of that defense. Pierce, short drop, quick throw. That is caught and complete. That is Jeff Banfield, the former DC Dragon, who makes the grab at the 49.
A great play call by Indianapolis there. Just a bunch line offense, and being able to get Banfield from the right out to come across the middle. He did cross paths with Pierce, the tight end, but it wound up being a great distraction for them to get the first down.
3 receivers wide, 3-3 look here out of Louisiana again. Long stretch play off the right side, and that is Barry not going anywhere there on the outside. Louisiana makes the stop, and let's take you through that defensive unit for the Revolution. Brian Craven, Odette Bordeaux, Neil Rivers, and Chance Waller, the defensive linemen. Chuck Diesel, Nathan Blake, and Blake B. Craze are the linebackers. Evan Arthur, Rolliman Hood are the cornerbacks. Mike Ryan, Tank Bennett, Dante Grimm round out that secondary for the Revolution. 2 receivers top of your screen on 2nd and 9. Give off that right side. Pierce again. Pierce stood up and dropped.
Yeah, it looks like Louisiana is kind of getting a little bit of Indianapolis gameplay with their running game. That was Rolliman Hood right there again with the stop. Only a 2-yard pickup. It's going to be a big 3rd down, but I don't know if this is for Louisiana because now Pierce is going to most likely throw the ball.
The Revolution haven't forced Pierce into an incompletion all day. He's 8 for 8. Going to look deep on the 9th throw of the game, and that one's the first incompletion. Deflected away by Rolliman Hood. He was looking for Banfield.
And there's the broadcaster curse for you, Andy. You made mention of it, and it happened.
More so was saying that this defense has got to stand up at some point. They did so there, and they're able to get off the field, and that will bring on Dink Hunt, who is Rob Hunt's father, recently passed away, and they are paying homage by letting him punt in tonight's game, and we're excited to have him on the field represented in avatar form. Hunt will send this one away, and it'll be fair caught at the 14-yard line, excuse me, and that is where Louisiana will set up shop.
Just great punt there by Hunt. Great to see him on the field. And for Rob Hunt out there, my condolences from here. So great to see one more time with your father.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from the 14 for Louisiana. Tommy Utah back out on the field. Will bring this offense out to try and match the 7 points from Indianapolis. That throw across the middle is complete for first down yardage. That is Levy Lease, the second-year tight end.
And Levy Lease just coming over on that post route over the middle, finding the hole in the defense. Tommy Utah saw him, caught him in stride. Just a great stop there by Bryant James to make sure that he doesn't get any additional yardage.
That will set them up 1st and 10 there at the 28-yard line. 4-3 look here out of Indianapolis's defense. Single receiver top of the screen. Here's the handoff. Oh, plenty of room there. Squarebush got tackled from behind, and they're lucky that he was, because if he wasn't, he might have been off to the races.
Yeah, with that power eye offense, you got those two lead blockers. Squarebush finds a hole. He's going to be able to hit it, and he's going to pick up big yardage.
We'll set them up. They'll go Squarebush again here off the right side. Got the first down, and we have a game break with Cameron Irvine in the studio. Cam?
Thank you, Andy. Ike McBride early on, 50 yards and a touchdown. This was Carolina's first score of the day. They've tacked on a field goal. First meeting ever between Fort Worth and Carolina, and the Skyhawks are up 10-7. Winner goes to above 500 at Kilo.
Thanks, Cam. Back here in Louisiana, Revolution trying to get a drive going here near the end of the first quarter. Handoff, Squarebush right up the gut again. He'll pick up another 5.
Does look like it was Chad McDevitt there. Looks like that might be McDevitt's main job on this defense right now. Keeping an eye on Squarebush, making sure he doesn't pick up those big yardage. He's been in on almost every tackle when Squarebush got the ball.
2nd and 5 from the 46-yard line. Give on the stretch play. Squarebush with plenty of room. Squarebush inside the 40 to the 35, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Louisiana pushing the envelope here, but Indianapolis holding on to the lead. 7-0 here at the end of the first. End of one, just 7 points here in Louisiana. Andy Hamilton along with Mickey Malillo, Declan O'Rourke, and DJ Woods on the stats for us. And a 19-yard breakaway rush by Squarebush finishes out the first quarter. Now on the first play of the second quarter, Tommy Utah is able to scramble it to the sidelines and pick up 5 there, able to connect with Denaro.
Denaro there, second year, man. Great out route there. If he could have stayed on his feet, probably would have been at least a first down, if not more.
Instead, it'll set him up for 2nd and 5. They're going to give Squarebush a run up the middle. Squarebush shakes one defender and is able to get up to the 27.
That's what I was talking about with Randy Squarebush. He is just that workhorse. He can make defenders miss. He can see the holes. He'll be able to pick up yards. It was 2nd and 5. It looked like it was going to be 3rd and 5, but just by him moving his legs, he picked up 4 yards.
Set him up for 3rd and 1. Squarebush shakes the tackle. Oh, stiff arms another man. And Squarebush first down to the 16-yard line. What a run. The power and unwillingness to go down from Squarebush.
That's a huge run by Squarebush. Misses a tackle in the backfield. Another missed tackle right there in the secondary. And it took a 3rd guy to be able to bring him down. And if that 3rd guy couldn't bring him down, Indianapolis would have needed a 4th guy who happened to be right there. But huge run by Randy Squarebush there.
4-3 look here out of Indianapolis's defense. 2 backs in the backfield. They'll give him another run. Why not? And Squarebush able to pick up 5 more down to the 11. I think you ride the Randy Squarebush train as long as it's leaving the station.
You better make sure you're first class in that train, because you keep on letting that hit the tracks, it's going to go in the end zone. I can tell you that for a fact.
Hash markers. Sorry there, Mickey. Hash markers kind of look like railroad tracks, and they are. He is lined up right on them. And if you're not willing to have some contact, you might want to get out of the way. They'll take him off the right side. Squarebush is going to walk this one in. Touchdown, Louisiana. They ride the Randy Squarebush train all the way to pay dirt. 6 points for the Revolution.
Choo-choo on the Revolution train right there. Randy Squarebush, a big handoff. You saw right there, great block in the backfield by the offensive line. Gave Squarebush basically untouched into the end zone for 6.
It's Ross Napoli and Cameron Collier blocking to lead the way for Randy Squarebush. And it makes it a 1-point game with Otis Bordeaux on to potentially tie this one up. 9:05 to go in the second. A long Louisiana drive results in points. Extra point up and good.
Looked like a little bit of a low snap, but it was a great job by Bordeaux to be able to maintain his composure, be able to get the ball through the uprights to tie up this ball game.
And Louisiana at home gives the fans something to get excited about. Was a little nervy there in that first quarter as Indianapolis went up 7-0, and for a while there couldn't be stopped on the offensive side, but the defense for Louisiana stood up on a big 3rd down, got the ball back, their offense took it down and paid it off. Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. 1st and 10 here for Indy. Colin Pierce back out on the field and will look to throw on 1st down. Firing deep down the middle, tipped up and incomplete. Oh man, they mollywopped him in the secondary.
Once again, that was a Tank Bennett there on coverage. Hit him at the perfect time to be able to break up the throw, break up the catch, and make sure that it becomes 2nd and 10 and not a huge 1st down play.
Four receivers wide, single linebacker out on the field for Louisiana. Single back offset to the right. Short drop, Pierce hit as he threw, barely got it away, and the other Pierce hauls it in just back at the line of scrimmage.
Great pressure there by the Revolution to get in the backfield. On the other side of the ball, great job by Colin Pierce to be able to get that ball out with accuracy to get it out to Christian Pierce on the out. No yardage, but it wasn't a sack.
5 wide here. Single linebacker out in a dime coverage. Here is Pierce. Plenty of time. Fires on the corner route, and that one is nearly taken away. On the outside, Rolliman Hood. Another defense there against Banfield. That was how the last drive stalled out, and it's how this one stalls out too.
Rolliman Hood is just all over that secondary. See his jump right there to be able to deflect that ball. Just a inch or two more, and that would have been an interception for Hood.
Look at Colin Pierce's numbers, really good, but now 0 for 2 when firing against Rolliman Hood, who's covering Banfield, and that really is the difference. And Pierce started 9 for 9. He's now 0 for 3, and all 3 of those misses going to number 84. Louisiana came after that punt, almost got there, but didn't. And now the return will get out to the midfield, and nothing more than that for Liam Hammer. And now Louisiana takes over, and Mickey, they have really good field position.
They got fantastic field position right at midfield. If they, as we call it, the Squarebush Express, if they keep on riding that train, it's going to be no time till they take the lead in this ball game.
11 carries, 75 yards already for Randy Squarebush, closing in on the 100-yard mark, and we're not even into the second quarter too far. Two in the backfield, they'll look to throw. Swing out, Squarebush's first catch of the game, and Squarebush picks up 8 there.
And like I mentioned last week, Squarebush had 2 touchdowns, one in the air, one on the ground. He was versatile for the offense for Louisiana. 175 yards on the ground last week. He had about 50 yards in the air. You got to keep an eye on Squarebush no matter what formation that they are in.
Squarebush this season, 1 touchdown and a lot of runs. They'll give the handoff here to the fullback. That's Cameron Collier with the run, and that is, I believe, Cameron Collier's first carry up the middle all season long.
It took till week 4, but Collier's there. He's getting some yardage, and it's a great job by Louisiana to mix up the running game. Not always handing it off to Squarebush, getting the fullback involved.
2-time All-Star at the fullback position. Now they go right back to Squarebush, and Squarebush still churning the legs, gets 9.
Squarebush just dipped his head right there to get those extra yards, knocking Kanye Rockefeller right on his keister. Be able to pick up those 9 yards to make this second and short.
They're already down to the 26-yard line here. Squarebush, 84 yards on 12 carries. That's 7 yards a carry. They give him another one. More yardage for Squarebush. He's a yardage-eating machine, and he's all the way down to the 16.
And it took 2 ramblers there to be able to bring him down. That's what it means to be a true power running back. You move those legs, you take the hit. Great block again by the offensive line there. But it took Rockefeller and it took Ernest McRae Sr., both of them combined to be able to bring down Squarebush.
Squarebush has 368 yards this season. That's 6th most all time. They'll flip it outside, though. Who needs Squarebush when you have Liam Hammer? A touchdown for Louisiana. They lull you to sleep with the run game. You double down on it, and they find Hammer on the outside for 6.
I guess once they got to one station, they decided to take a plane to their destination because they went to the air for the touchdown on that one. Great pass there. Liam Hammer wide open in the flat, being able to get in for 6, untouched.
It's Utah's 6th touchdown throw of this young season, and he's able to find number 17 for 16 yards and 6 points, and it puts Louisiana out in front here at home. A big touchdown, and the game started all Indianapolis, and now it's swung all Louisiana. Mickey, back and forth we go.
Both offenses are doing a great job. Again, it's what the defenses can do that's going to make or break this game. As Bordeaux there makes the extra point to make this a 7-14 game, Louisiana on top. Indianapolis' defense has got to step it up. They got to be able to handle Squarebush and still be able to cover the secondary at the same time.
And now Indianapolis will have their chance to counter on the offensive side. They'll have 6 and some change, all 3 timeouts to work with here if they wanted to string together a long drive. Kick is away, returned off the goal line, out across the 20-yard line, angled towards this near side, and out to the 22. Impact Monday this week heads to Portland, where the surprising and winless Florida Storm are desperate for a win against the Fleet, sailing on a high after their win in LA last weekend. Join Cameron Irvine and Paul Sarp for This Week in the SFL pregame, and then at Evo 9X Stadium for the call. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on SFL YouTube. That's right here on SFL YouTube. Hit subscribe so you don't miss a second of action. Short drop, Pierce slings one and has the receiver out to the 46-yard line, finally connecting with Banfield again.
This might be the play that Indianapolis needs to make sure that their offense is running on all cylinders and get the momentum back in their favor. Great pass right there by Pierce, just finding Banfield, putting it in a spot that only he can catch it. Good coverage there by the Louisiana defense, but Banfield just found the hole and was able to pick up those big yards there.
Single back in the game is Christian Pierce. 2 tight ends out on the field. 4-3 look here out of Louisiana on first down. Short drop, Pierce fires outside. That one is caught. Ryan Roosevelt makes the catch on the Louisiana sideline.
Indianapolis is doing what they've got to do, just keeping it in the air. Christian Pierce was doing a good job. He was able to pick up some yardage when needed earlier in the ball game, but it's the air game that's Indianapolis' strongest suit.
Looks almost like a 4-4 defense. They're going to give it to Pierce off that right side. He pays the price. Buried in the backfield. Louisiana shot through the gap and made the play. Chuck Diesel with a tackle for loss.
Great job by Chuck Diesel, just being able to read the play, get in that backfield. Once again, broadcaster curse. I apologize, Christian Pierce. I said you were picking up some great yardage, and unfortunately, that was the next play that comes out.
3rd and 6 from midfield. We'll see if they can get a positive play on this one. Pierce drops, looking to throw, fires across the middle, tipped up and incomplete. Randy Pierce, the tight end, was the target. Couldn't quite wrap his hands around it, and it's incomplete.
It looked like there that Randy Pierce just wasn't looking for the ball, and Colin Pierce threw it at him. Ball just, it hit Randy Pierce. Too many Pierces. I got to make sure I call the right one. It looked like it hit Randy Pierce just right in the arm, and he looked right after the ball hit him.
So Indianapolis going to punt this one away, and that fair catch called for there at the 16-yard line, and Louisiana with a chance to extend their lead. Mickey, that it's been all Louisiana ever since that second drive for Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis is going to have to do something on defense. I don't know how they're going to stop Squarebush, but that's the key thing. Squarebush, I believe, about 100 yards. If he's not there yet, he's closing in on it very soon. He is at 94 yards right now. They've got to contain him. 100 yards in the first half, that's a lot. That's more than half of what he did last game.
1st and 10, they're going to take a deep shot, and it's caught! Liam Hammer in a foot race. Hammer 30, 25, 20, 50, 10, 5. Park it up on the board. 6 points for Liam Hammer. Strikes all the way down the field. A huge splash play for the Revolution.
Tommy Utah had so much pressure. He was hit when he threw the ball, but he was able to remain in the pocket, see Hammer on that corner route, get just past the receiver, and just turn on the afterburners to get that touchdown. Great job all around by Tommy Utah and Liam Hammer.
An 84-yard bomb, and that will put Louisiana out in front by 2 scores as Tommy Utah strikes again. He is perfect today, 6 of 6. And if there is one thing, Mickey, that you can't do, it's blink with a guy like Liam Hammer on the field.
Absolutely not. You blink, you'll miss something big. And if you decide to get up to grab a soda or something else out of the fridge at that moment, you came back and went, what just happened? And what happened was Liam Hammer.
And I'm sure there's someone in the chat who in a moment will chime in and say, what the heck happened? There's no doubting it.
I'm waiting for it to pop up myself to be able to see it.
So Colin Pierce, started the game, 9 for 9, and now he's looking across the screen and he's down 14 points. Got to rally the troops and see if they can get something going before halftime.
They've got 4:46 left. Let's see what they can do, getting the kickoff from the goal line.
Nice return here out to the 23, and there is the comment from someone named Zero who's got a Detroit Lions avatar there. What the heck happened? 14 points is what happened. Liam Hammer and Randy Squarebush is really all you need to know.
Yeah, that high-powered offense by the Revolution is just going to be a lot to handle for the Ramblers for the rest of this game.
Still plenty of time in this one if you're Indianapolis. 3 receivers and a tight end. They'll flip outside. Banfield had to come back to grab it and only gets a yard there.
It's unfortunate, too, because he did catch that ball well beyond the line of scrimmage, but he did have to come back, and because he had the momentum that brought him back, it was only a 1-yard gain there.
Louisiana has 2 players within 6 yards or surpassed already 100 yards. Both Hammer and Squarebush are in that zone. Indianapolis's leading player is Jay Viper with 35 yards, and buried in the backfield is Colin Pierce coming right through to make the play there on the defensive side. Blake B. Craze on a blitz.
Blake B. Craze just coming in from that linebacker spot, untouched, was able to get to Colin Pierce. That offensive line on the Ramblers has got to keep their heads up and be able to block.
Streets are talking, and they're saying that Chad Rowland, the rookie, missed his assignment there. Craze shot through his gap for a sack, makes it 3rd and 12. Pierce fires one down the middle. Caught! Wide open receiver is Roosevelt.
Great play to come back after that sack for Indianapolis. Finding Roosevelt on the post route over the middle, getting in between all the secondary, being able to catch the ball. Now they're there at midfield, closing the gap, getting towards that end zone.
And Colin Pierce digs the offense out of a hole there and is able to move the chains to make it 1st and 10. Sometimes, Mickey, you need a star quarterback to do that.
Sometimes you just need that star quarterback to light a spark so everybody's butts can be on fire and they start rolling down the field.
It's a huge moment in this game. That catch, another one by Roosevelt, picks up another 9. But to be backed up like that, 3rd and long, and able to throw a deep completion to move the chains, keep your drive alive, down by 14 in the closing minutes of the second quarter, that is impressive.
Very, very impressive there. And now on Louisiana's side of the ball, and they're closing in to make this a one-score game going into the half.
Handoff, left side, Christian Pierce stuffed, not going to get there. It'll be 3rd and 1 as Louisiana's Mike Ryan shot through to make the play.
Yeah, Mike Ryan came in from that free safety spot, saw the run, just came up and stopped him right before the yard marker. Dante Grimm on the previous play was huge on stopping the receiver from getting the first down as well.
2 receivers wide, 4-3 look here out of Louisiana. Single back is Pierce. They'll look to throw. Flip it out to Christian Pierce. He's got it. First down to the 44. Just enough yardage there. Able to beat Tank Bennett to the spot.
And that's all you needed. You needed 1-2 yards. Now on the 44, closing in, coming up on a 2-minute warning. Let's see what this Indy offense can do in a 2-minute drill.
3 receivers wide, 3-3 look here out of Louisiana. Going the nickel defense, they'll send a blitzer. Here is the catch across the middle. Good for 9, nothing more, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Louisiana, 21 unanswered points. Indianapolis trying to pick up the phone and make a connection for more here. 2 minutes to play in Louisiana.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Back here in Houma, Andy Hamilton along with Mickey Malillo. 2nd and a single yard for Indianapolis. The Ramblers trying to keep this drive alive. 4-3 look here out of Louisiana. Pierce to throw. Outside throw is caught, and out of bounds goes Roosevelt. Able to move the chains to the 32.
And like I was mentioning before, those little out routes, even if it's only you need 1 yard, if you can get 3 or 4 yards, it's going to be key to keep moving those chains. And right there, that's what happened. Throwing it to Roosevelt, he picked up 3 yards. He only needed 1. Moved the chains, got a fresh set of downs.
Up to 68 yards. Roosevelt now leads the team. 169 yards for Colin Pierce. He looks to add to that. Fires out to Christian Pierce. He's cut down after picking up 3.
That was a great play call there. Wasn't able to get out of bounds, so the clock is still running. Both teams do have all 3 timeouts. I'm not sure why Indy's not using one here. But the clock is still running. They're going to keep going, and let's see what this offense can continue to do.
2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. Give Christian Pierce. Re-angles to the right side. Has the first down. Tackled forward to the 21.
Indianapolis going into the hurry-up offense now, trying to get into that end zone before time runs out.
Give Pierce right side again. Cut down that time. Nathan Blake says no, sir, not twice in a row. Man, the center was out there, had to scramble back to the line. Give Pierce right side. Pierce buried in the backfield. A tackle for loss for Tank Bennett. And Indy will have to burn a timeout to try and get out of that formation and hurry up offense.
It looked like after that first big play by Pierce, looked like Louisiana had his number and saw that play, and they knew exactly how to defend it. And that's what they did. And what did they do on the next two plays? -4, -1 yards.
3rd and 15. What does Colin Pierce have in that magical left-handed white glove today? Gonna fire down, corner route, deep side, caught! He's got a touchdown in that white glove, and Ryan Roosevelt hits pay dirt for the score.
And that's a combination you're going to hear all season long. Pierce to Roosevelt. That's his second touchdown on the day, coming up to 100 yards. Huge play for Indianapolis to end this half to keep them within one score.
Second touchdown of the day for Ryan Roosevelt. The two 17s are battling here in Houma. Roosevelt, 8 catches, 94 yards, 2 scores. Liam Hammer, 3 catches, 107 yards, and 2 scores. If you are wearing number 17 tonight in Houma, you get 2 scores for free. Extra point is up and good. Now 14-21. Indianapolis finally finds the end zone again. They were up 7-0. Their defense gave up 21 unanswered points, and now the offense is back on the board.
This is big for Indianapolis. It's good for their mindset when they go into the locker room at half, only being down by potentially 1 score. They did leave a lot of time on the clock, especially for a square bush on that Revolution offense. But if they can go down only down by 1 touchdown, they can go in, reset, have the defensive coordinator talk to them about how to handle Squarebush. It's going to be exactly what they need to be able to come back in the second half and possibly take the lead.
1st and 10 now for Louisiana at the 31-yard line. 44 seconds to go. Mickey, do you push the ball down the field?
I say you go for it. Just keep on giving it to Squarebush.
First and 10 from the 31. Short drop, Utah fires outside, caught. This is a pickup of 4, and we will send it to Cameron Irvine for a game break. Cam?
Thank you, Andy. Carolina been pretty good on 3rd and long today in a battle with Fort Worth in the 3rd quarter. That's out to Chase Earl. He's got a touchdown, and the Skyhawks are back in front, 20-17. Back to Andy and Mickey in Houma.
Thank you, Cam. Mickey, not sure what you did to get the special name shout out there. I like that, though. Mickey! 1st and 10, here is the give. And how about Randy? All the way out to the 44-yard line, plowing through Ramblers.
Oh, Randy Squarebush right there. Doing what he's been doing all game, making defenders miss. He comes through that line, makes one guy miss, dips his shoulder, knocks him down. That was number 48, Kanye Rockefeller. He's been doing that to Rockefeller all day, just dipping in his shoulder and knocking him down. And he's able to pick up a first down with that.
Man, Kanye's a veteran in this league. You don't often see him get rocked like that. So, big sign of what Randy Squarebush can do. Now he's over 100 yards. Utah, quick throw across the middle. That one's just dropped. Just straight up dropped by Lyric Da Vinci. You don't see that often.
Oh, not often whatsoever, especially Lyric Da Vinci. He came into this game being the leading receiver with receptions for the Revolution, even higher than Liam Hammer. So seeing him drop a ball is not something you see often on this Revolution offense.
Adam Wiseman was the linebacker in coverage. Got to wonder if maybe felt the footsteps a little bit. 2nd and 10, 33 seconds to go. 2 timeouts here for Louisiana. Give nothing doing there. Now they'll go hurry up. That was to Squarebush, who only got a yard. 3rd and 9. Give Squarebush again. Squarebush going to get a little over midfield. I think they're going to run this down. They might take a timeout with 3 seconds and throw the Hail Mary.
I think so, too. Adam Weissman and Blake Prine that were there on the tackle. Like, once again, Indianapolis needing 2 guys to be able to tackle Squarebush. That's how much power he has. They
actually will not. They're going to punt this one away. Indianapolis almost blocked it. The punt is away, and they're going to let this one bounce. So, wow, after all that, no shenanigans there on the final play of the first half. It's 21-14. Louisiana holds the lead here at home over the Indianapolis Ramblers, who have 14, a 7-point game as we head to the break. And Mickey, your thoughts on that first half?
The game started, I really thought this was going to be Indianapolis' game. They were able just to drive down the field. Louisiana came back with those 21 unanswered points, and they have evened up, pretty much evened up this game. See if Indy can hold Louisiana now and be able to get the ball back to tie it up.
Indianapolis will line it up. They got the ball to start the game, so they will kick it away. Louisiana will get the ball to start this third quarter. Return here off the 5-yard line, out across the 25. Liam Hammer will get to the 27. Miss any SFL action? Want to fast forward your SFL experience? Check out highlights of SFL games on the SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation, provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your college football and basketball highlight needs. That will set us up. 1st and 10 here at the 27-yard line. 4-3 look out of Indianapolis, finding themselves down by 7. Utah fires outside, complete, and first down yardage there for John Michael Suddeth, his second grab of the night.
That was just a great play call by the Revolution there. They've been relying on Squarebush so often. They're not looking at the tight ends. As you said, just the second time his number's been called all night, and they're up 21-0. So, great job to come out starting throwing the ball and not keeping it on the ground for the Squarebush Express.
Thrown it 10 times tonight, ran Squarebush 16 times, so pretty balanced, although a little bit more room in the passing game to catch up. 4-3 look here out of Indianapolis on a new set of downs. Give, right side, Squarebush, oh man, escapes the tackle. Shot out like a rocket was Chris Britton III, and he had Squarebush one-on-one dead to rights in the backfield.
I thought that was going to be the first negative yardage play by Squarebush, but Squarebush does what Squarebush does best, breaking tackles, being able to get those extra yards. So instead of being negative, it wound up being a positive.
4-3 look here. Utah fires outside, falling down there, only able to pick up a couple is Michael Suddeth, and it'll be 3rd and 3 at the 49.
Louisiana doing a great job now, mixing it up. On the ground, in the air, on the ground, in the air. They're keeping Indy's defense on their toes.
That'll set them up here. 3rd and 3. Changing the play in the backfield is Utah. Squarebush is the deep man with Collier in front of him. They'll go right up the gut, and the blocking is solid. Squarebush has the first down to the 44.
That was a great play change by Utah. He saw something he didn't like, changed the play at the line of scrimmage, handed the ball off to Squarebush, got that first down. Great job by Utah to change the play.
2 backs in the backfield. 4-3 look out of Indy. Here is the give right up the middle. Squarebush! Oh, man, I thought he was going to break another one and really get rumbling there. Man, oh, man, Squarebush has been laying the hit.
Squarebush has been tackling more people than his defense today. He just laid the hit there on number 20, Blake Prine, on the Ramblers defense to knock him down and just kept on rolling. And it took, once again, 1, 2, 3 Ramblers there to bring him down.
Let's go.
In your home stadium, sometimes it's the momentum of the crowd and the team will carry you, but tonight it's Randy Squarebush carrying the Revolution. 21-14, they go Collier, or no, that's Squarebush up the middle. He'll get tackled. That's one of his lesser gains of the night. Chad McDevitt brings him down 3rd and short.
It looks like the Ramblers might be going back to their original plan, having Chad McDevitt keeping an eye on Squarebush. The only time Squarebush was held to a 1 or 0 yard gain is when Chad McDevitt was there to meet him at the line of scrimmage and stop him right there.
From the 35, Squarebush has the first down just barely. Tackled down at the 33, a pickup of 2.
That was Adam Weissman there on on the tackle. Great job by the linebacker to be able to see what was going on and step up to block the hole. Couldn't stop him from getting the first down, but at least stopped him from getting more yardage.
Split backs in the backfield. 4-3 look here out of Indy. 2 defensive backs are deep there. They'll give right up the middle. Square Bush, that's Collier. Second carry of the season. He'll pick up another 7 yards.
They called his number twice, and both times he was able to pick up pretty good yardage, especially for a fullback. You're seeing a lot more fullbacks, their numbers being called in this league. Chris Komisak on Minnesota Legend, his numbers being called a lot. Other teams are starting to use their fullbacks more and more to change up the game plans.
4-3 look, another give. Here's the run, and that one for Square Bush is out to the 21 before he gets flipped around and sandwiched, and that's another first down.
Another first down for Square Bush. Square Bush right now 135 yards on 22 attempts. Doing fantastic. He's actually averaging 6.1 yards per carry right now. That's amazing.
Declan O'Rourke as well as DJ Woods in the stats truck for us. Utah fires and is picked off. Tipped down and intercepted. Chad McDevitt takes it away.
That might be the one mistake on the Louisiana offense that's going to help the Ramblers. Great job by McDevitt going towards the ball after it's thrown, and he was there for the tip drill to get the interception. Deep in their own territory, but great job to hold Louisiana to a takeaway and now get the ball back so they can tie the game.
4 receivers wide. 3-2 look here out of Louisiana. Flip across the middle. Man, what a catch there by Banfield. Had to kind of reach back to grab it, but holds on.
Defense there had just great coverage. He was all over Banfield. He had to throw. He threw a little bit behind him, but it was the only spot that Banfield would be able to catch the ball, and he did and was able to pick up 7 yards.
Both quarterbacks completing 83% of their passes tonight. Colin Pierce, 20 of 24. They've given Christian Pierce 25, now 26 carries, and Pierce another first down to the 22. Very balanced out of the Indianapolis offense.
And maybe that's what their game plan was. You know, Colin Pierce has been the major factor in this offense. Maybe handing it off to Christian Pierce more and more will be able to put the defense on their toes and not know exactly what this Rambler offense is going to do.
4 receivers wide for Colin Pierce. He'll fire outside, caught there. That is 2 yards there for Jay Viper.
And Jay Viper on that short little out route. Great coverage there by the Revolution defense just to be able to hold Viper to 2, not give him a chance to turn it upfield.
5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 14-21, 7 points between these two teams is the difference so far tonight. Pierce, under pressure, will fire. Roosevelt on a post corner route. One man to beat down the sidelines, and he gets tackled by Mike Ryan, but not before he's down to the 26.
Once again, number 17 coming up big, catching the ball for big yardage down the field. Great job by Colin Pierce to be able to get it to Roosevelt and lead him in stride. If Mike Ryan wasn't there, that was another 6 points on the board for the Ramblers.
It was the exact same route that Liam Hammer ran for Louisiana to score the touchdown earlier in the game. Roosevelt ran it this time for Indianapolis and able to flip the field, a 49-yard throw. Outside here, Banfield will make it 2nd and 4 just inside Louisiana's red zone.
It looks like Indianapolis's offense has just started rolling. Maybe it was that interception is what they needed to get the momentum, to get their energy back up and say, we can do this. They made a mistake. We haven't yet. It's now our turn to score.
2 tight ends out there for Indianapolis. 4-3 look here out of Louisiana. Pierce under center with a single back in the backfield. They'll give it to Christian Pierce off this right side. Christian Pierce lowers the shoulder, picks up the first down on the edge. Now down to the 14.
Romlin Hood and Tank Bennett on the tackle, but great job by Christian Pierce getting off tackle there, knowing exactly where the first down was and making sure he got there. to give another set of downs for his offense to get in the end zone.
Shotgun look for Pierce now. He's thrown it 27 times tonight. Looking to throw it for the 28th time. Fires across the middle. That one in a lot of traffic is incomplete, and Pierce is probably lucky that it was.
That was a very dangerous pass by Colin Pierce there. There were a lot of black and green in that area and only one white and red. He's very lucky that he still has possession of that ball.
Nathan Blake was in there on the coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Back to that 2 tight end set. Louisiana brings a lot of guys into the box. A 4-3 look for them. Pierce, short drop. Fires outside, caught, and Banfield steps out at the 11.
It's going to be a very interesting play call here for Indianapolis. Do you put it on the ground, see if Christian Pierce can pick up the first down for you, or go with your game plan that you've used for the past few weeks and just keep it in Colin Pierce's hands to find an open receiver?
Pierce averaging 9.2 yards a throw, just 2 yards a carry for Christian Pierce. They don't even put him on the field. 4-5 receivers wide, spread out, empty set. Pierce fires, bottom of the field, caught a yard or 2 short. Banfield didn't run the route far enough, and it'll be 4th and 2.
It looks like Indianapolis is coming out, and they're going to go for the field goal here. Top Kiefer is coming out. I think this is a smart play right here. Don't try to go for it here on 4th and 2. Get the 3 points and see if your defense can do the same job. And it looks like they changed up their play.
Offense back out there. 2 tight ends on the line. Louisiana threatening to blitz if they were to snap it. Play clock down to 5, 4, 3, and they make the safe call. They'll take the points as opposed to trying to go for it on 4th. And if you don't get that, then you really are in a hole.
The other side of that is if you happen to not get it, then you pin Louisiana deep in their own territory. They're currently on the 6-yard line. If they only got 1 of the 2 yards that they need, Louisiana has to start on their own 5. But the way that offense has been playing, especially square bush, it's probably smarter to put the 3 points on the board than to risk it on trying to get a first down.
Yeah, I think that's the right call here by Indianapolis, and I also don't mind them trotting the offense out and seeing if Louisiana may be a little nervous there on 4th down. They weren't, and are able to come out and kick the field goal to potentially cut down into this lead. Snap back, kick up and on the way, and it's good now, 17-21.
And once again, that was Top Kiefer that came out for that field goal. The Week 2 signing rookie for Indianapolis. Great job, young kicker, wasn't drafted, just signed right up, brought into the big leagues, and he's been doing a great job for Indianapolis so far this season.
2:52 to go in the third. Now just a 4-point game here in Houma, Louisiana. Kick is away, shorter one, returned here out by Hammer, out across the 25, across the 30, and out to the 31. SFL action on Next Level Sports returns next Saturday with a Season 19 semifinal rematch between the Arizona Scorpions and the London Knights. Catch the action on DirecTV, channel 623, or for a complete channel guide, visit NLSE.com. Stay tuned for more programming announcements. Next Level Sports, get more. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Tommy Utah, 10 of 12 tonight, 2 touchdowns, and the 1 interception. Will throw outside here to start this drive off, and that is a 9-yard catch for Lyric Da Vinci, his 2nd of the night.
Lyric Da Vinci did a great job keeping his legs moving. He was well short of that yard marker, but he just took McRae Jr. for a few extra yards as he was able to tackle him just 1 yard short of the first down.
Second and a yard needed. 4-3 look here out of this Indianapolis defense. Back out on the field after forcing that interception last time. Still down by 4. Short drop, Utah. Pressure not coming. That one's, though, tipped away. Nearly taken away. Chris Britton III.
Great job by Chris Britton III, just coming up, seeing exactly where Utah was throwing to, and able to jump the route and be able to deflect that ball. Great defense there by the Ramblers.
Yeah, he jumped that one. They were looking for John Michael Sudduth on the out route. They've gone that way a couple times tonight. The outstretched arm, they're able to make the play.
Did you see the size of that hand? No wonder why he was able to swat down that ball. Thing is huge. He just saw it and he swatted it right to the ground.
3rd and a yard. You'd have to imagine that Squarebush might get the football here. 2 backs in the backfield. Collier along with Squarebush. They'll give it to him right off that right side, and he got the first down. Thought he got enough of it there, and they will give him the first down at the 41.
That was, again, Britton the third that was in on that tackle. Looks like he brought him up close to the line, thinking it was going to be a running play. It was. Put those extra men on the line. Wasn't able to stop the first down, but at least only held them to 1 yard.
Empty backfield, straight open here, and Indianapolis is going to play man coverage. Quick 7-step drop. Utah going to fire deep down this right side. Liam Hammer is wide open again on the post corner route down to the 26.
Great job by Utah. That long 7-yard drop, looking down the field, giving Liam Hammer time to get open. What a great move to get open. That was number 20, who is Blake Prine. He just went right by him and got wide open to get that catch and pick up those yards.
1st and 10. This throw is a 1-yard pass that then will go for 2 total. I mean, that's as much of a handoff as you can get in the passing game.
And that was John Michael Sudduth right there on that reception. But yeah, that was just nothing more than an aired handoff right there.
2nd and 8 at the 24. 4-3 look here out of Indianapolis' defense. It was right around this area of the field that they pulled off the interception last time. They're offsides now, so Squarebush, free play if he can't get more than 5, but I think he did. I think he got 6 or 7.
Yeah, I got a feeling that Louisiana's going to decline this penalty right there. It's nice to have the extra down, but you want the yardage more. But they accept the penalty. So they'll negate his rush, gain a yard, and they'll have another chance on 2nd down.
Well, Mickey, that's why we're up here and they're down there making the calls, right?
Absolutely.
2nd and 3 at the 19. Time dwindling down here in this 3rd quarter. 4th quarter right out in front of us. 4 receivers wide. Utah looking to throw across the middle. That one is caught and down to the 4-yard line goes Lyric Da Vinci.
Great job by Da Vinci to be able to keep his composure, being over the middle, defenders all around him, and he caught the ball. 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Can't help but think who's going to get the ball here on the ground.
Before we get to that, we will take it to the 4th quarter. 21-17, Louisiana on top of Indianapolis here in Homa Simulation Football League. Week 4 action continues. First and goal. 3 receivers and a tight end wide. Squarebush in the shotgun. Utah looking to throw. Fires. Tipped up. Bobbled around. Oh, nearly taken away. It's incomplete. And Louisiana releases their collective held breath.
I even held my breath on that one. I thought that was going to be a pick right there in the end zone for Indianapolis. That bounced around 3 different defenders there, and nobody could get their hands on the ball, unfortunately. Gives Louisiana a second chance to get in the end zone now.
2 tight ends, 2 receivers wide. Goal line look here out of Indy. Handoff right side. Randy Squarebush is in. Walks it right in for 6 more points for the Revolution, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
And that's what I think they should have done on the first play. Hand it off to Squarebush. Don't try to throw it in the air. That was a little bit too dangerous for the Louisiana offense. Keep it on the ground. Squarebush has been your main guy all game long. Let him get the touchdown and get you 6 more points.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, Mickey. If they went to the air again, it would just you'd feel like they were playing with their food a little bit right there on the goal line. And so, they go to the ground and didn't need to worry about it too much. And I think that was the right call.
Agree with you right there, Andy. Absolutely.
Kick up on the way and good. Now 28-17. It is an 11-point difference. Still a 2-score game, Mickey, but just barely.
Yeah, Andy, just a 2-score game. This is where Indianapolis has to go down the field. Whether it be 3 or 6 points, they have to put some points on the board here just to give themselves enough time to get the ball back and be able to drive down the field to get the rest of the points that they need.
9-play, 63-yard drive for Louisiana extends the lead here at home against the Ramblers. Oh, what a return. Little bit of stop and go, and this is going to set Indianapolis up. Kanye Rockefeller adds another chapter to the story of tonight's game. And speaking of stories, APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music, the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Colin Pierce in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Pressure coming. Throws an interception. Back down this sideline goes Evan Arthur. Out to the 43. First down, Louisiana. They take it away.
What a heartbreak for Indianapolis. A great run back right there for Rockefeller. Had a chance. Great field position. And they just throw the ball away. Put it right in the hands of Arthur. Now it's 1st and 10 for Louisiana to put more points on the board to make it more difficult for Indianapolis to come back from this deficit.
11 points here. If you're Indianapolis, you're hoping you can hold them to a field goal, which means you have about 15, 20 yards to give up before you start getting nervous. Squarebush will dot the I with Cameron Collier in front of him. Give. Squarebush with plenty of blocking will pick up 10 on that carry out to the 32.
And I got a feeling that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're not going to try and throw the ball as much as they did. You saw how scary it was in the red zone before. And just let the Squarebush Express do what it does. Hit every station on the way until it gets to its destination.
That takes time off the clock, too, which, if you're Louisiana, you'd rather have as much time in your pocket as opposed to Indianapolis's at this point in the game. Utah, though, drops, throws, caught across the middle. That is another first down catch there. Levy-Lease, another first down.
It's a great job. He had 2 defenders in coverage there on Lease. And Tommy Utah just did a great job to be able to get the ball into his hands right there and just get those yardage. Now in the red zone, they're definitely in field goal range and now striking distance on the end zone.
1st and 10 at Indianapolis's 14-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. 4-3 look here out of Indianapolis's defense. Utah drops, fires outside. Squarebush picks up 2.
And that is only Squarebush's 2nd reception of the game. He's got 10 yards receiving. 158 yards on the ground, though. 6.1 yards per carry so far.
Just 12 yards between Louisiana and the end zone. Indianapolis really backed up here. 2 receivers, bottom of the screen for Utah, who gives. And Squarebush, wrapped up around the ankles, gets to the 8. 3rd down and 4. This is the play if you're Indianapolis.
Great job by Adam Weissman right there to be able to get in there. It looked like Squarebush was going to break another tackle, but Weissman held on to make sure that Squarebush couldn't break it open and get into the end zone.
3 receivers wide. This is a doubles formation against a nickel look for Indianapolis. Utah under center will throw. Utah sidearm throw. Caught! Touchdown! John Michael Suddeth.
Great route running there by the tight end, just coming in from his down position, being able to do a post route over the middle. Great job by Utah to be able to throw it in between those 2 defenders to put 6 more on the board.
And you said it, top of the broadcast, Mickey, it was a defensive game. Whichever defense came and was able to stop the other one more times than not, would most likely be on top. Louisiana's defense has stopped and held Indianapolis to 17. Indianapolis's defense can't get off the field there on third down, and that's why Louisiana's up right now 35-17.
18-point deficit in the fourth quarter. It's not unheard of to come back from, but it's going to be very difficult. Indianapolis's offense has got to start moving that ball. They got to figure out how to get behind or rattle this Revolution defense to be able to get into the end zone 3 times.
It is a tall task for Colin Pierce and this Indianapolis team. The time is not on their side either. They have to work hard and they have to work quickly. Rockefeller on this return will move, shake and bake. Rockefeller refusing to go down. Finally wrestled down at the 28-yard line. Man, Kanye to the...
Kanye Rockefeller, 2 great returns. Great blocking by Indianapolis there on both those kick returns. But Rockefeller was doing a lot of work, moving and shaking and spinning and do whatever he can to pick up as much yardage to give this a better opportunity for Colin Pierce to get down the field.
First down now from the 28-yard line. Colin Pierce in the shotgun, 3 receivers wide. Nickel 3-3 look. Pierce fires outside Banfield, caught for 3, and that is not necessarily the type of play that will lead you back in a deficit like this.
What Indianapolis has to do is start looking to pass the ball down the field.
Yep.
3-4 yards, great in the beginning just to move the ball down the field, but right now you've got a little over 8 minutes left in the game. You've got to get big yardage here.
2 tight ends out, 4-3 look out of Louisiana. They will adjust. Pierce is under center with Christian Pierce in the backfield. Fires outside, caught. Turning upfield is Roosevelt. Roosevelt spins and is out to the 41-yard line for first down yardage.
And that's what you need right there. 10 yards, 12 yards, 15 yards. You got to keep on moving the ball down the field. 1 or 2 yards is not going to help you right now. You've got to get down the field 3 times in 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
5 wide. They could take a deep shot here. Pierce throwing for the 34th time tonight. Fires down the middle, and there's a lot of traffic there.
Great idea by Indianapolis. I don't think Pierce read the defense properly to throw it there over the middle. But the one good thing that this does is stop that clock. Give them a chance to take a breath, get in the huddle, figure out a good play to get the ball down.
Second down from the 41. They're going to go bunch formation. 1 receiver down here on the bottom. 3-3 look out of Louisiana. 7:40 to go in the 4th. And Pierce wants the deep shot and nearly threw an interception. Double coverage over there. Arthur was with Mike Ryan.
Great coverage there by both Evan Arthur and Mike Ryan. Great job. Put the hit on the receiver, number 15. That is Jay Viper. Put the hit on him as the ball got there. No pass interference there. Both of them went up for the ball. Just great defense there by the Revolution.
Third down and 10. You'd have to think might be 4 down territory here, especially if you get 5 or 6 on this one. Gun straight look, 4 receivers wide. Louisiana playing man coverage. Who can get open? Fired, corner route, tipped up and incomplete. Was looking for Randy Pierce. I think that deflection belonged to Chuck Diesel.
Chuck Diesel got his hand up there, was able to deflect the ball. Great job there. Turn around. Great idea. Once again, Indianapolis has just got great plays, but it's the Louisiana defense that is just coming up big for them. And it does look like Indianapolis is coming out to punt the ball.
7:32 to go, and they're going to need a big punt out of Mr. Hunt in order to try and pin Louisiana deep. Louisiana coming after it, will not get there. Liam Hammer able to set up for the return. He'll start at the 25 and only get out to the 29 before he's brought down. Tommy Utah and company will come back out on the field. But hey, don't leave the stream without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net. click on the Discord icon in the menu. The community has over 2,000 strong. We will see you there. Squarebush on first down, picks up 5.
And speaking of the SFL fantasy, are you into fantasy, Andy?
I've done it before. I haven't been doing it as much this season. I've been very focused on making sure that my team is playing well.
I wish I picked up Randy Squarebush this week. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you could really build a team with Roosevelt, Squarebush, and Liam Hammer if you wanted to right now.
Unfortunately, you may not have the budget for it.
2nd and 5, give Squarebush again. This time, Adam Wiseman stands him up there. That'll be 3rd and 5. This is another chance here for Indy.
It's a big chance for Indy. They've got to be able to do exactly what they've been doing right now. They have to stop Squarebush. They have to play great in secondary. Stop him here. Get the ball back so they can be able to score some points.
3 receivers wide. Single back is Randy Squarebush. Nickel look here out of Indy. Utah fires. Caught. Liam Hammer. First down. Releases the pressure on the safety valve. First down. And that'll take more time off the clock.
It's unfortunate for Indianapolis here. They really needed to get the ball back, but Tommy Utah found Liam Hammer right there. Great catch, getting the first down at midfield. And as you said, the time is winding down. 6 minutes left in the game. It's almost inevitable now for Indianapolis that they're not going to be able to come back from 18 points.
2 backs in the backfield. 4-3 look here for Indy. Under 6 minutes to go. They'll flip out Squarebush. Oh, Squarebush. Randy Squarebush. My goodness.
I don't want to play defense against Squarebush. I am too worried about getting injured. He has been putting more people on the ground than he's been running the ball. He just puts his shoulder down. He puts his helmet down. Defenders are trying to stop him, but they can't. It's unbelievable.
They'll give him another run right up the gut, and Squarebush falls forward to the 41. Another first down. More time off the clock. They took about 50 seconds off the clock with the last 3 downs, and that will continue to roll.
Louisiana's going to have to start thinking about when to use their timeouts. Correction, Indianapolis, when to use timeouts. They've already used 1. They've got 2 left. They got to start thinking about clock management for the end of this game to see what they can do to get back into it.
Difference in rushing yards is kind of the difference in the night. Offsides won't help Indy's cause as Squarebush rips off another 8 yards.
The last time we were in this situation, Louisiana actually accepted the penalty. Let's see if they'll do that here, that it was an 8-yard gain. And they do.
Yeah, the other thing that does, and it is interesting, is it gives them less yards, but more time they can take off the clock. Have a little bit more yardage, a little bit more cushion if you pick up a first down.
Very true. I thought that if he do, and this could be me not knowing the rules, if they declined a penalty, the clock would run.
Not sure. But either way, they accepted, and it's 1st and 5 again. They give another carry to Squarebush, and that'll be 2nd and 3.
And that's exactly where they were before the penalty. It would have been 2nd and 3. So they're right exactly where they are. And the clock is still running, coming up to 4.5 left in the game.
First meeting between these two teams. It's been a solid one. Both teams have had their moments, but Louisiana out in front and on top, and likely short of a great Indianapolis comeback, will head to 3-1 as Squarebush grabs another first down. And Mickey, what about this Louisiana team has been so strong tonight other than Randy Squarebush?
Besides Squarebush is Tommy Utah's arm and being able to find receivers like Da Vinci and Hammer down the field wide open. Liam Hammer alone, 147 yards, 5 for 5 on his targets, 29.4 yards per reception. That's their other main striking point for this offense tonight.
Squarebush picks up another yard there. No, actually, that is the backup that they've pulled into the game. They've let Randy Squarebush at least take a breather, and that was Dirty Rouse who was able to grab a yard.
Yeah, Squarebush has had a fantastic game. He was able 175 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, 32 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 19 yards receiving on 3 receptions. He just had an awesome game today. Give him a rest. Have Rouse come in and take it over from here.
Split backs again. Now closing in on 3 minutes. Rouse will make it 3rd and 8 as we tick under the 3-minute mark.
And now the question comes, if they run down this clock as low as they can with the play clock, it's going to be under 2.5 left. Do you still keep it on the ground to keep the clock rolling, or do you throw the ball here, try to get the first down, and then just kneel the ball for the rest of the game?
I think you run it. I think you run it and take the points, but what do I know? 5 wide here for Tommy Utah. Man coverage here out of Indianapolis. Watch Liam Hammer. He's been beating this man coverage like a drum today. Utah in the gun will look to throw. Pumps once, fires. That is across the middle for a first down catch and a completion down to the 12-yard line. That catch by Dinero.
Roger Dinero in all sorts of traffic. Just was able to see the ball, link up with Utah, and be able to catch it, get the first down that they need, essentially putting the nail in the coffin for the Ramblers for this game.
Will take us to the 2-minute warning, and then after that, Indianapolis will likely utilize their timeouts, trying to do everything they can to make sure that the game still continues. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Louisiana on top and in control. Indianapolis trying to make the impossible happen. 35-17, Louisiana on top. Backup quarterback Wisco Lafouche is in for Louisiana. 1st and 10 there at the 12-yard line. Give to Rouse off that left side. No, that's Squarebush back in the game. He checks back in and rips off 8.
Wasn't expecting to see Squarebush back in there, but I guess they're figuring we've got our backup quarterback in there. Let's get our main running back in there so we can at least keep the yards, be able to either get in the end zone or be able to get to a situation where we could just take a knee and win the game.
Might have been giving Rouse a breather. We'll see who's in. That looks like Squarebush in there on 2nd and 2. Maybe trying to give him a 3rd touchdown. They'll give it off. Right side, Squarebush falls forward, and it'll be 3rd and 2 at the 4.
And I do believe you were right before. That was actually 20 Dirty Roush that was in. So maybe Squarebush came in, they gave him a quick little breather, and they brought him back out there for that play.
3rd and 2. Louisiana has just burned this clock like nobody's business. That is exactly what some of the best teams do, is take a lot of time off the clock. Rouse cannot get there. Indianapolis stands up and shuts him down, and Louisiana will likely have to try the field goal, which will make it a 21-point game.
Louisiana's going to run this clock all the way down, leave them with about 1:10 after the field goal, just over a minute left. Let's see what Indianapolis decides to do with a minute left, down by 3 touchdowns.
It's a 6-minute drive for Louisiana. They got the ball back with, what was it, 7.5 to go or something like that?
About that.
So they have really just taken everything in terms of air out of the clock here. That kick, though, is blocked. Indianapolis blocks the kick, and they will take over at the 20-yard line. Wow, what a play.
Great job by Indianapolis. Even though they're down by 18 points, still, defense said, we're not going to give up. We're going to do everything we can, get our offense back out here to give us a shot. Came in, blocked it. Now it's 1st and 10, their own 20, but there's not an extra 3 points on the board.
18 points remains the difference in tonight's game. Colin Pierce in at quarterback. Will look to throw. Going to fire on the corner route to the far side. It's tipped away, incomplete. That play made by Arthur.
Great defense by Arthur right there. Does stop the clock, gives Indianapolis a chance to just plan and get their play in. But great defense, keeping them on their own 20.
2nd down, 1:04 seconds to go. 3 receivers and a tight end wide. 4 total pass catchers along with the back. 3-3 look here out of Louisiana. Flip outside. That's caught for a few, and we'll send it to Cameron Irvine for a game break. Cam?
Thank you, Andy. It's a wrap in Raleigh. Carolina's defense really stood tall in the second half. Picked off Marcus Dunhill on the stage 3 times, including this interception from Monte Wyatt, his first career pick 6, and Carolina, for just the 3rd time in franchise history, is over 500. They take out the Fort Worth Toros 37-24. Now a 3-way tie atop the South. Back to you.
Thanks, Cam. 5 receivers wide here, and Pierce going to throw it again. 39th throw of the game. That one's caught across the middle, and now they'll go hurry up.
What Indianapolis needs, just keep on striking if they want to have any chance. I don't think there is much.
We'll spike it there, and unpopular opinion, but you might want to just start throwing Hail Marys from here.
You would have to throw a Hail Mary, get an onside kick, throw a Hail Mary, get an onside kick, throw a Hail Mary, and win the game. That's pretty much what the play call would have to be.
Well, yeah, and at 47 seconds, 3 plays still almost would, or what would that be actually, like 5 or 6 plays, would still run you about 40 seconds, so you might not have much other choice if you want to get back into this one. 4 receivers wide, but Colin Pierce is going to go down throwing, I have a feeling. Throw across the middle, that one's caught out to the 37-yard line.
And looks like they're going to spike the ball again here just to conserve some clock. Indianapolis is doing a great job moving the ball down the field, even though they've got a slim chance of getting back into this game with 34 seconds left. They're still fighting, and that is something very key. They've got a big matchup against their rival Minnesota on Monday night next week. So if they can get some more points on the board, it's going to keep their heads up, and they can look forward to next week on a big battle in St. Paul.
3-3 look here out of the Louisiana defense. Pierce throwing, 43rd throw of the night. That one's caught across the middle. Another first down, and they're going to run up. That was Jay Viper who made the grab. We'll spike this one again. Oh, and Mickey, that is the interesting part about this Indianapolis team. They'll go to 2-2, and they were 2-1 coming into tonight, but both wins against Florida and Seattle. Both teams were 0-3, and against Tulsa, who was 2-1 coming into the week, they lost. Now against Louisiana, who was 2-1 coming into the week, they lost. So this Indianapolis team, still a lot to be decided in the rest of the 2/3 of the season.
Yeah, they're having trouble against winning teams right now, and I'm sure that their front office is going to do a great catch there by Roosevelt. Kept his feet in bounds and was able to fall out of bounds there as well, making it 1st and goal. Fantastic catch there.
Yeah, look at the quality here from Roosevelt. Feet in bounds. It's not like they don't have the players. That's what I'll say, Mickey. They certainly have enough players to make plays and win games, and I think Chad Rowland knows that, and their offensive unit knows that, and they are, just seems in some of these games a couple plays away. And you just make a couple of those plays, it can mean all the difference. 4 wide here, 1st and goal from the 9. And they throw, and that one is caught for a touchdown. Randy Pierce will find the end zone for the Ramblers.
Maybe a little bit too little too late for the Ramblers here, but again, it's good to get more points on the board. Keep your head up going into their battle against their rival Minnesota next week. And you mentioned Chad Rowland before, and he's great guy, my broadcast partner usually up here. I do want to say that it was nice that his baby furball got to watch him play a game for once. He does like to call me a baby furball on the air all the time, just so you know, Andy.
I didn't know that. I was a little confused about what we were referencing, but I honestly, Mickey, I was going to let it slide. I wasn't going to ask any questions. I was just going to let that live there on the broadcast forever.
Well, if you do listen to any of Chad and I's calls, at least once he calls me a baby furball, but I do have to give him credit that Mr. Offsides did not go offsides once this game.
There you go. 15 seconds, and Indianapolis will line it up. They will try the onside kick, down by 12. Kick is away, and it's off the hands of Louisiana, and Indianapolis has it.
Oh, that's big for Indy here. Now, again, I don't know if there's much that they can do, but again, right now, it's more looking towards next week and just giving them hope and momentum going into their next matchup.
They're down 11, so a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal would do it. In 14 seconds, that is not a lot of time. You really need to score here on this play.
Yeah. I don't think it's possible, especially having to go 60-plus yards.
Pierce will drop to throw, going to fire across the middle, caught. That is a first down, and that will likely end the game. They might be able to spike it and get one more play off, but certainly not enough to get 11 points out of it. They will spike it, though, so that we'll have one last celebratory play, Mickey, but all intents and purposes, Louisiana will walk out of here with a victory.
Yeah, absolutely, and they deserve it. I mean, they did everything they had to do on both sides of the ball. Randy Squarebush, Liam Hammer, both key names in this. Tommy Utah, just fantastic with his arm. Their defense have been stopping Indianapolis all night with the exception of the first drive and that last drive.
Pierce looking for the Hail Mary, hit from behind and will not even get an attempt off. Neil Rivers with the pressure. That is the final, 35-24. Louisiana improves to 3-1. Indianapolis falls back to 500. And Mickey, who is your player of the game tonight?
This is going to be a tough one between Tommy Utah having 83% completion, Liam Hammer 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, Randy Squarebush 183 and 2 touchdowns. It could be any one of those. I'm going to have to go with Randy Squarebush though.
I think for me it's Liam Hammer, 5 catches, 147 yards and 2 scores. He simply touched the ball 5 times and scored on 2 of those 5. It's pretty impressive, especially for a wide receiver for me. But like you said, there's a lot of players that have the opportunity to win that player of the game. Evan Arthur with an interception. Chad McDevitt with an interception on the Indianapolis side. Christian Pierce had 34 yards. And Ryan Roosevelt, one heck of a game. 12 catches, 174 yards, and 2 scores for him on the Indianapolis side. But Indianapolis just falls a bit short tonight. Was not their night on the road in Louisiana. They will head back and start to recover and try and get back into those Central Division standings. Minnesota losing this week gave them an opportunity to climb back into those, but they couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a big opportunity here for Indianapolis. They just, like you say, couldn't get the job done, but again, they showed signs of life there at the end of the game. Getting in the end zone, getting the onside kick, trying to drive the ball down, even just for one more score before going up against Minnesota next week.
Well, for Mickey Melillo, I am Andy Hamilton. For our stats team, Declan O'Rourke and DJ Woods. And for Cameron Irvine producing behind the scenes, thank you for tuning in for Week 4. Randy Squarebush is your player of the game. Again, Louisiana improves to 3-1. And Indianapolis falls to 2-2. Thank you all for joining in, and we will see you through the rest of Week 4 action and in future weeks to come. Plenty of SFL season on the way here in Season 20. Thank you, and good night.